Hello, what's going on everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little evening stream for you lads and lasses. It's the 10 o'clock show. We're in here for the evening's latest transfer news and goings on at Manchester United. What's going on everybody? Thank you very much for getting in here and waiting for us to get going. You're a bunch of legends. Big up the live chat. What's happening, legends? See who we've got in here. We've got Edward Reed. Oh yes, Chloe Jenkins. Aaron getting in here raw. Thank you for putting the link to the Twitter in there, you Don, as well. Duke of Rodtown, Must Play, Matthew Smith, Kingslayer, United 90. Oh, yes, indeed. Momo Mimo, Alan Partridge, get in there. Flying Pig United Extra as well. Get in there, you beauty. Nice one. Hey, by the way, Mr. Jams of Highlights is going to be helping me with the Clips channel, which is now called Flying Pig United Extra. There it is right there, folks. So I will direct you there to the end at the end of the show as well to go over there and subscribe. But if you want, you can go and subscribe to Flying Pig United Extra. Right there, guys. Extra, extra. Read all about it. There it is right there. So there's going to be clips and all sorts of stuff coming on that channel there. Nice one, Jams. A good man. Cass as well getting in here raw. What's going on? Stay Gold, Rajat, Madhouse. Good to see you, Matty Smith, Chloe Jenkins, Momo Mimo. Everyone, thank you very much for getting in here. Simon, Vincent, Duncan, Chloe. Oh, yes, Hamza, T-Mill, Nikolai Lindquist, Mike Jones, everybody else as well. You know, thank you, everybody, for getting in here for tonight's show. You're a bunch of legends. Hope you're having a great evening, and thank you very much for joining. Do us a favour at the start of this stream. Smash that like button on it. Give us a massive thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Twat the likes on the stream. Get some raw love hearts in there. I can see some love hearts are coming in there from that new feature on YouTube. Pretty gashtastic and TikTok-esque, isn't it? But there you go. So smash the likes. Give us a share around on social media if you want as well. That'd be awesome. You can give us a retweet. There is a link at the top of the live chat there. Please do give us a cheeky little retweet. If you want, and get yourself in there raw, guys, and say hello. Oh, yes. Nice one, Neil Gilbert. And Rocky, Stephanie, Daniel, Lewis as well. Get in there. Arcadian, good to see you all, guys. Thank you very much for getting in. Bristolian, Mackham, Niall, Henry, everyone. Primop, word up. Yes, indeed. Thanks for getting in here, guys. Right, we've got a bit to get into tonight. Obviously, we did a transfer news show this afternoon. It's not too much, really, extra going on, but we will cover the latest breaking updates throughout the show as well. That's what we do here. The reason we usually get on late night here around about sort of this time is to cover all the breaking news that comes out in the evening, because there is usually some good little bits of information that do surface between now and the midnight hour. So we'll cover all of that, but let's just get into what we've got right now. So a lot of people want to know an update on the Hojlund medical. It's expected the Hojlund medical could be tomorrow. So, you know, we still are lacking the confirmation from anybody really top tier at this stage. Hoping that might come out this evening as well, but lacking the confirmation for anybody top tier that there is a specific time and a date at this moment for the Hojlund medical. We heard from Fabrizio Romano earlier on, who said basically that it could be today, could be tomorrow. You know, and that's really the expectation, is that it will probably be tomorrow. Or I guess it could be as late as maybe Wednesday, you know, but realistically, it's going to be very soon that he comes in for Manchester United and completes his medical, and then hopefully passes his medical and then is unveiled as a Manchester United player not too long after that. United do have lots of paperwork to get done, so here's a little update here that just says that basically, Man United are taking their good time with the paperwork's granted, but the deal is all but done, pending a successful medical. So, you know, that's from the Transfer Insider. I mean, look, obviously, it is basically more or less done, isn't it? The Hojlund deal. It's a little bit of a slow process, I suppose, because this is Man United we're talking about. We're the Harry Maguire of transfer negotiations. We're slug-esque. Very, very slow indeed. So, you know, even though we've got the agreement in place, it's still taking an extra couple of days just to get this deal done, isn't it? So pretty disappointing. But we know that Hojlund is not training with Atalanta at this moment in time. They're protecting their asset, and we know that he's going. So here's a report from Alfredo Padula today, I should say, that says Rasmus Hojlund didn't train with Atalanta today. He is waiting for paperwork to be completed before flying to Manchester. So really, it's imminent. His medical's imminent, and it should be any moment, hopefully very soon indeed. Probably tomorrow, let's say Tuesday, hopefully. And then we can hear about an announcement, obviously, from the club. But at this moment, he's still not a United player. We've seen people ask people like Luke Shaw and Ten Hag about the matter after the game last night. Obviously, Ten Hag keeping his cards very close to his chest. He said he can't really talk about Hojlund at the moment because Hojlund's not a Man United player yet, and he only talks about players that are there. So obviously he can't say too much at this moment in time. Luke Shaw was asked about Hojlund and his impending arrival, and he basically said more or less the same, that he can't really say much, but obviously they're looking for a striker. He said that he's obviously not a Man United player yet, but they're obviously looking for a striker, and him and Bruno Fernandes, and everyone's aware that that's the case. So there's lots of different players who've been asked about him. Bruno, Luke Shaw, a couple of others were asked about him, and they've had their responses and just basically kept their cards close to the chest there, obviously, because it's not done yet. So obviously Hojlund is not quite done yet, guys, but it is more or less done. 99.9% done, peeps. Oh, yes, indeed. So just waiting for the paperwork to be completed and him to fly in for his medical there, and we should see Rasmus Hojlund be a United player, hopefully by the Lens game, which is on the 5th of August at Old Trafford. So, this guy should hopefully be capable of playing then. We need him to really get in by Wednesday/Thursday so he can get involved with Manchester United squad, have a bit of training, get settled in, get bedded in, and play for the Lens game. Let's just ask the live chat, peeps. Do you think he will be available to play for Manchester United in the pre-season games remaining? So obviously there's 2 games remaining there. They're the next day of each other though, so it's not like he's going to play in both. But will he play in one of those games? What do you think? Yes or no? Yes or no? We're taking our time about this, aren't we now? We are taking our time a little bit. Nut says no. How you doing there, Nut? Great to see you, lad. Oh, yes. Lots of people saying yes, we will. Kingslayer says no. Rashad says no. Nut says no. Hamza says yes. Momo says yes. No, says Dead Rebel. Yes, says Rocky. Absolutely. Yes, says Mohammed. Surely yes, says Mike Hill. Well, we'll see, won't we? It really wouldn't surprise me if that's to be the case. Flying Pig United Extra says, I watched some clips of your new striker. He looks very good in my opinion. He looks like the Mutts Nuts. He does. Hojlund looks like a legit baller, and he's only 20. What I like about him as well is he's not just a one-dimensional striker, so he can actually get you assists and create for you as well. He just seems like quite an intelligent footballer. Chris Barker says, Hojlund on shirts from Old Trafford Megastore, not available until Wednesday. He's ours big. Nice one, Chris Barker. Well, I certainly won't be buying a shirt until those Glazer shithouses are out of this football club, guys. Let's get a hashtag Glazers out. We're still waiting for these toe rags to do one, and they're still here. A little bit concerning, the amount of money that they're spending on players, and with this Adidas deal. I mean, you can look at it one of two ways, I suppose. Maybe with that Adidas deal over the next 10 years, it maybe might spell around the end of the Glazers' ownership, and perhaps, Sheikh Jassim's coming in there. That's why Adidas are prepared to commit that long. Or it's just a case of, the Glazers are planning to stay a little bit longer than we thought. So we'll have to wait and see there. Obviously, who knows? Who knows? But right now, they're still at the football club. So, okay, so the Hojlund deal is almost done. Medical pending. Should be tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow, it should be Wednesday. But it's expected that it will be tomorrow that Rasmus Hojlund has his medical and completes his medical. And then it's just a case of getting everything signed and finished and dotted and crossed and faxed. And then Manchester United will obviously unveil Rasmus Hojlund sometime throughout this week. So should be by the end of this current working week that we see Rasmus Hojlund actually stood alongside the Dutch Stone Cold Steve Austin, Erik ten Hag, ready to stomp a mud hole in Lanza's ass at the weekend. Give me a hell yeah in the live chat. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold Erik ten Hag said so, peeps. So very soon. Oh, nice one, Rashad. We've already got 83 likes on the stream. Great stuff, everyone. Thank you very much for hitting that like button. Drop a little thumbs up on it if you're just getting in here. We've got 200 legends in here right now. Smash the like button on this video. Let's get this sucker to 100 likes. And also, smash the subscribe button if you're new. We're closing in on 75,000 subscribers. We're a couple of thousand away. That's the next big milestone. So get yourself involved by subscribing to the channel and get yourself involved, absolutely. And that's the bottom line, Dev Rebel. Here he is right here, the Dutch Stone Cold Steve Austin, mate. Come on, get in there, Lee. Big up yourself, pal Marius, and everyone in here as well. Thank you for joining. Okay, so Hojlund's imminent. Let's get on to Sofyan Amrabat. So very exciting news in regards to a cheeky bit of Sofyan, a.k.a. Andy Tate's big brother, or little brother. And I don't mean Andy Tate as in the Man United fan. I mean Andrew Tate, actually. Sorry, not Andy. Andrew Tate. Yeah, you know that guy? He looks a bit like him, doesn't he? Don't you think? Don't you reckon, guys? If we're not careful, we might be signing a little bit of a controversial character. I don't know. But he does look a little bit like Andrew Tate, don't you think? Look at the thumbnail. Look at the thumbnail, guys. Look at the thumbnail. Look at the thumbnail. Looks a little bit like him, doesn't he? Anyway, that's cool. I don't mean Andy Tate, by the way, the United fan, you know. He got the job on a technicality of a legend who recommended you. You are nothing. You are a fool. And you're a waste of time. Good night. David Moyes, you are the biggest fool in Manchester. I don't mean that guy. I mean the other one. Anyway, so he does look a little bit like him, doesn't he? Not that that really matters. I don't know why I'm even talking about this. It's just an observation. But Sofyan Amrabat, he understandably wants Manchester United, just like Andrew Tate wants out of his house arrest situation. You know what I'm saying? He obviously wants Manchester United. This is the latest on it, guys. He's desperate for a cheeky bit of United action. So different outlets are saying that Amrabat, his priority is Manchester United. He would love to join the club. This is actually via Fabrizio Romano, who said that he loves United. He would love to join the club, basically. He loves the idea of playing for United. And he's very hopeful at this moment in time that he can become a United player very soon. So from his perspective, from his point of view, he would like to be a United player. This is obviously from Talkshite, this via United Red. So take it with a pinch of salt. But it does say Sofyan Amrabat is hopeful of completing a move to Man United. United are planning a move for Amrabat if we can sell Fred. So as we've mentioned previously, there is perhaps one or two things that have to fall in terms of the dominoes before we can actually go and put in a bid for Amrabat. We have already spent 170 million-ish pounds on a few players. So we've spent quite a lot this summer. We're waiting to try and generate a little bit of cash, maybe by selling a human Slabinator. Perhaps Easter Island might make us an offer on Slabby Maguire, you know, to try and sort of repatriate him with his homeland. You know what I'm saying? The Easter Island statue head Slabbo Maguire. It's possible. Or maybe the Dog and Duck might be interested in taking Slabbo Maguire from us. Or perhaps Kettering Town. We don't know yet. Somebody's coming in for Harry Maguire, though, hopefully. Maybe West Ham, obviously. Let's be honest. They're the most realistic club that are interested in the Slabinator. He is, of course, surplus to requirements. He's been here. Andre Onana's been here a couple of days already. He's made Harry Maguire his bitch. So what's going on with Slabby? 7th choice centre-back Muggs. Surely he's got to go. He can generate some cash for us and get some money off the books. But Fred is understandably one of the key candidates that is actually wanted by various different clubs right now. Galatasaray, Fulham, Saudi Arabia, these different places are interested in Fred, and so he's quite likely to be sold very soon, in which case we could probably finance that Amrabat deal. Obviously it will cover his wages, and we should be able to generate the cash elsewhere as well to just chip in and buy Sofyan Amrabat. The amount of money involved for Sofyan Amrabat is essentially peanuts as well, really, from various outlets reporting, you know, different figures, but it seems to be an understanding that he would be available from Fiorentina for somewhere in the region of about £30 million, £25 million, plus a bunch of bonuses, maybe as much as £35 million. But Gazzetta in Italy reporting that Manchester United are pressing to sign Sofyan Amrabat for €25 million, while Fiorentina originally wanted €30 million. An offer for €25 million plus bonuses would be accepted, and the interest from Saudi Arabian clubs as well is still there, and because of that, that could speed up Manchester United's transfer dealings to try and actually bring Sofyan Amrabat in. So, gut feeling, the feeling is Hojlund's going to be announced in the next couple of days. He'll have his medical. We'll probably working behind the scenes on selling a player, which we'll probably announce in a couple of days. Probably will be Fred, out of all the different players that we're currently working to get away. Wasn't that long ago that we sold Anthony Elanga as well. So that's a bit of cash that will cover the Sofyan Amrabat transfer. So my gut feeling is, come the end of this working week, Man United will have gone in for at least those initial sort of verbal negotiations and discussions with Fiorentina to try and purchase Sofyan Amrabat. So probably by the end of this working week. So it could be a good week for Manchester United. We could obviously have Rasmus Hojlund unveiled officially at United this week after he's completed his medical, and then towards the end of the latter part of the week, hopefully we'll have actually began negotiations with Fiorentina for Sofyan Amrabat, and by all accounts he would be available for a pretty much a snip of a price. £25 million plus add-ons, somewhere around about 30 to 35 million euros is the amount of money it's expected that he'll cost. How much do you think, guys? What do you think we'll end up paying for Sofyan Amrabat? Always love to hear your thoughts in the live chat. Get your thoughts in. Jamza Highlights has just gifted out a membership on the channel. Get in there, Jamza, you legend. What a hero, and thank you very much for offering to help me with a Clips channel, mate. What an absolute hero. Check out Jams's channel, by the way, guys. He's got a Clips channel, and he's got me involved in the compilations and stuff, but he does compilations of football fans and stuff. It's great stuff. Jams the highlights. Much love to you, bro. Thank you very much for gifting out a membership. It's gone to Henry. Henry's the lucky man here who has received the free membership there from Jams the highlights. Thank you very much there, Jams, for gifting that out, bro. That's very nice. Henry says you're a legend, bro. Henry's very happy about that there, Jams, lad. Thank you, Jams. I really do appreciate that. Top man. Thank you so much for that, bud. Get some love hearts in there for Jams the highlights, everybody. OG says 30 mil. Yep, 30 million for Amrabat, 25 million pounds, says Batman Knight fan. Mike Jones says 32, 30 says the Vutinator, 28 says Neil, 35 total, says Madhouse. 28 million pounds says Sean, 32 million says the Don Berber, 25 says Must Play and Stephanie. 30 million worth every penny. I mean, from what I've seen from the guy, from the type of player that he is, combative, battler, great passer, the right age, I'd be quite happy to pay 40 million for the guy. When you consider how much we pay for a lot of players, Mason Mount 60 mil. I mean, Amrabat is worth certainly worth 30 million plus a few extra add-ons and things like that. So I think it would be a bit of a fantastic deal for us if we could wrap him up for around about 30 to 35 million euros. I would be happy to pay a little bit more than that if it turned out United have paid 40. You know, it's no skin off my nose. I don't think it's going to cause any issues. We should absolutely get him in. Okay, fair enough. If they start talking about 50 and 60 million euros, we might have some issues. But his head has been turned already at the club. He's already got one leg out the door, in my opinion, there at Fiorentina, from what we've heard. And the chances are that the only destination he's realistically wanting right now is United. There may well be interest from Saudi clubs, but come on, at his age, with the prospect of playing in Ten Hag's Man United side, he would be foolish to go to Saudi Arabia just for the money. Thank you, Stephanie says 118 likes, like spike needed. Nice one. Yes, indeed, if you're just joining us, do hit that thumbs up button. Get yourself involved. Simon Warner, that's a lovely comment, mate. Go on, Simon. Get in there, Simon. He comments 15 months and counting on your super channel. Mate, you're a bloody legend. Thank you, Simon Warner, for those nice comments. It is a pretty awesome channel, even if I say so myself. But one of the main reasons it's an awesome channel is because of the community vibe around here, you know. We get everybody involved here. You don't have to be a member. You don't have to be a moderator. You don't have to super chat to have your say and get involved. We get everybody involved, and there's a proper sense of community around here. This isn't some faceless corporation clickbait guff-up situation. This is a proper channel, mate. Proper community vibes round here. So you're right about that, Simon Warner. Thank you very much. And if you want to get yourself involved in the live chat and be a part of the channel, smash the old subscribe button. No worries, SK Mel there, bro. Happy to keep you updated with what's happening. Simon Warner, thank you very much for that. That's lovely, lad. That's absolutely lovely. Okay, so 15 months he's been watching. Great stuff, great stuff. And yeah, so Sofyan Amrabat, just to go back onto that, guys, the whole Sofyan Amrabat situation is hotting up nicely. Give it a week or so, and we should be having the negotiations for him. So we know he wants to come. We know he's already agreed to join Manchester United should we be able to go in and reach an agreement with Fiorentina. Obviously, there is no known official discussions between Man United and Fiorentina, but that doesn't mean there isn't discussions. Just officially speaking, there is no verbal offer on the table. There is no written offer on the table for Sofyan Amrabat. The understanding is we're waiting to try and move a player on, be it Fred or someone else, maybe a human Slabby Maguire type guy, move him on, and then we'll generate a bit of cash. Then we'll be able to go and reinvest that in Sofyan Amrabat. So give it a week and we should have a lot more to say about it. But as of right now, he wants to join United. We're expected to be pressing for Amrabat over the course of the next few days. As we heard from really good tier one sources like Fabrizio Romano a few days ago, the feeling was always that once United had wrapped up the Hojlund deal, then we would turn our attentions to Sofyan Amrabat and he would soon be coming. So it's very likely that Manchester United sign Sofyan Amrabat. We can't say that we definitely will. Who knows what happens? Who knows what materialises between now and the end of the week? But as of right now, it's very likely that Manchester United go in and try to sign Sofyan Amrabat, and very likely that we end up getting him. Because he's not a lot of money, he's a great player, he's exactly what Ten Hag's looking for in that midfield to give us extra qualities and extra depth. And he's not, you know, like I say, not a lot of money, and he wants to come to United. Those are the key points, really. So very likely, indeed, that Sofyan Amrabat will be a United player, hopefully by the end of, you know, the next couple of weeks. probably before the season starts, but who really knows? I mean, obviously you can't guarantee these things. He could end up going to Saudi Arabia and following the money if he gets a big, juicy, massive offer from there, but he would be mad to do so. Does he want to be Ruben Neves going to follow the cash? Or does he want to be somebody like Rasmus Hojlund, who maybe had bigger offers elsewhere, but because he knows what it's all about to be at a project like the Manchester United project right now, he's prepared to come and play and obviously wants to play. That's what we're looking for. So Amrabat, £25 million, maybe a tad more, but somewhere in that region would be an excellent addition to United's squad. And we're just waiting for United to wrap up the Hojlund deal, maybe sell Fred, and then we should be going in for Sofyan Amrabat. So that is the latest there, guys, with Sofyan Amrabat. I'll just get into the live chat for a few minutes here before we move on to the next bit of transfer news and the next topic to see your initial reaction to, Sofyan Amrabat and what your thoughts or opinions are about him. Get your feelings in. Goals for George. Hello, Goals for George. Says Amrabat would transform our midfield totally. If McTominay does not leave, then he can play up front. But ideally, he should be sold. Hey, I'm with you there, Goals for George. Yeah, McTominay, a.k.a. McShitebag, is absolutely bang average as a technical footballer. He might be able to get himself around there, iron brew in hand, and do a bit of, physicality and stuff. But other than that, he's very technically bang average. He's actually been a D rating of a player for the last 3 or 4 seasons now for United. Don't know what he really provides us. McAverage needs to go. And if there's interest from West Ham to replace Declan Rice, we should say bye-bye there, Scott Bag. And we should get him on the next available coach. Never mind a taxi. Let's get him on the next available coach down to the London Stadium or whatever. West Ham Stadium, mate. Plenty of football streamers, Pigo, or the Olympic Stadium, whatever the fuck it's called. Plenty of football streamers, Pigo is legit though. Mate, thank you, OG, I appreciate you do get in there. Exactly, Henry says, follow your dreams and not the money, says Henry. Thank you so much there, bud. Exactly, he should be following his dreams, shouldn't he, and not the money. So if Amrabat has anything about him, hopefully he would come. You wouldn't mind Amrabat at Liverpool. There you go, Dabo. So there was some thoughts that maybe Liverpool were snooping around this guy a couple of weeks ago, but it seems like he's snubbed them and he would not really want to go and play for floppies, cloppies, joppies, loppies, floppy jalopies because of the fact that they are, well, let's face it, they're scouse. But also the fact that they're not that great at this moment in time based on the last season, and they don't have Champions League football, mate. They're going to be chilling on Thursday nights at this moment in time, playing Mickey Mouse football in the Europa League, guys, and I love to see it. So if you're a top-tier player who's looking to take a step up to a big club and get a big move, yeah, maybe Liverpool right now doesn't make the most sense. It is a big, big thing to have Champions League football, and it's a big thing to not have Champions League football. It can entice a whole host of different players if you've got it, and it can put off a whole bunch of players if you don't. And that's what we're seeing here with Liverpool's. Although Liverpool's are reportedly turning their attentions to players like Lavia right now, who is a good player as well. And there's some transfer dealings that they're doing. But it seems like, from what we heard in the press, that he snubbed Liverpool a little while ago, which is what you love to see, don't you? You love to hear players snubbing our rivals to come and join us. That's why I loved Lisandro Martinez signing after Arsenal did our negotiations for us last season. He just snubbed Arsenal, pied them right off, and ended up joining a real team in Manchester United. That's sort of what Amrabat's doing right here as well. Same with Mason Mount. Understandably, there were teams interested in Mason Mount. I think Liverpool was another one of those, and a couple of other teams that were interested in Mount, and he's elected to come to United. It is a big draw at the club at the moment to have Champions League football, Ten Hag at the wheel, and the project that represents itself there at United. It's a nice project at the moment. It is, we're on the cusp of doing something big. So, and especially if we get new owners, which isn't guaranteed at this moment in time, then this could really be going places, this club. So that's really what is involved. So yes, Amrabat would join Klopp begging if he'd take him, says Alan Partridge. I don't think he would. I really don't think so. Exactly, Rushmano. Yeah, so it's known that Amrabat really wants to join United. He's essentially agreed to join United, but we have to go in for him, obviously, and get that deal wrapped up with Fiorentina first. But yeah, Ten Hag's understandably spoken to him. Rushy says Amrabat has verbally told Eric Ten Hag yes. The man from the Netherlands, he says yes. So, yeah, and obviously he's a very, very decent player. I mean, there's been a clip that's been going around social media, which was when Morocco played France in the World Cup or whatever it was. I think it was in the World Cup. And he's just Mbappe, the fastest player, one of the fastest player, gets away down the wing. And Amrabat just gets back like an absolute lightning truck and just gets the slide tackle in. It's a thing of beauty. You know, that's the sort of player we're getting. He's combative as well as somebody that can actually create and play lovely forward passes. And Ten Hag wants his team to be able to transition quickly, and he's the sort of guy that is able to play those lovely raking passes, those lovely short passes as well. Keeps his, keeps his teammates being fed. That's it. He keeps them well fed. And if you've got players up front like Rasmus Hojlund, hopefully if you feed Rasmus, he will score. We need players that can do that a bit better. I mean, Onana coming in. You saw his distribution yesterday, guys, in the Dortmund game. What a second half from him. The distribution was immense. Imagine if we have another player like that who could just zip the ball around, ping the ball around from midfield. Then you've got a playmaker at the back. Then you've got a playmaker in Cassie, a playmaker in Amrabat, a playmaker in Bruno. It would be a team full of playmakers, guys. Just need Rashford to stop being a selfish melt, and we might actually have a team. So, yes, it would be pretty exceptional to get him in the midfield there. It'd be wonderful. And then, see, United can improve ourselves. Yep, Onana provides better service than our wingers, says Bourbon. Yeah, there you go. The long passing from him was absolutely insane yesterday. What a great game. What a great game from him. And loved him ranting at Slabby Maguire as well. I know, yeah, Rushy says loved Onana having a go at his defence. I know, it was Schmeichel-esque, wasn't it? Like, that's what I took away from it. Maguire makes an error, the positioning's all over the place. He's only been there 2 minutes and he goes out and he's barking in Slabbo Maguire's face, calling him a big Easter Island statue. And you love to see that. That's the sort of guy we need, somebody who demands more, demands a high standard, even from more senior players who have been at the club longer and were the captain of the club. He's going in and giving him a dressing down, telling him to step his game up and to marshal, and he's marshalling that defence. It was Peter Schmeichel-esque. Always remember Peter Schmeichel, the Great Dane. Whenever there was a mistake in front of him from his teammates, he would go ballistic and he would really give him the what for. And you need that. I think you need that at the back. You need somebody who's prepared to, try and organise. You need somebody who's prepared to, rile them up, to motivate as well as a goalkeeper. And that's something that he was very good at. And you're right, Rushy. Yes, De Gea was very quiet at times. Let's face it, De Gea's a bit of a melter in that regard. He got a bit better throughout his career at doing that, at being more vocal. But he was a bit of a melter, wasn't he? Yeah, he was the kid in the Sunday League who's after he's kicked his ball up the pitch there from the goal, he's too scared to shout, "Push up!" in front of everybody watching. He's too scared, so he just kicks it in silence. You know what I'm saying? He's that guy, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that guy. But wouldn't you want to be somebody who's got more, more cojones, a little bit more vocal? Of course, it makes more sense to have somebody who's more vocal at the club. Yeah, there's different ways of doing it, isn't there? Of course there is. There's been different types of leaders at the football club. People like Roy Keane, obviously vocal. And then there's been, more quiet people like Wayne Rooney, who, he led by example, but he wasn't overly the most vocal player, was he? He wasn't the most vocal. So obviously, there's different ways to do it. But yeah, he was softly spoken, David De Gea. He's a bit of a gentleman, nothing wrong with that. But I just feel like Onana's got the bollocks to maybe marshal that defence better and have a go at them. The Vutinator, thank you very much for the likes tally, bro. He says we got 138 likes. That's awesome. Thank you everyone for hitting the like button, guys. Help us get to 150 likes. Smash the like. Give us a like spike, and that would be nice. Okay, so, yeah, just on that, he's gone. De Gea was overrated. Come on, Onana. Don't know if De Gea was overrated. I personally think De Gea was fantastic for Man United for 12 years. He was a great player for us, but he's not the type of player that Onana is. He can't distribute. He doesn't have that vision. You can actually see Onana's got tremendous vision, and particularly for a goalkeeper, to be able to get play going. There were several times where he's just bypassed the whole team and put in a lovely ball to his teammates last night. Unfortunately, the touches from Rashford and whoever was up there at the time, they couldn't actually get in. The one time, actually, I think, was it Bruno was arguably onside? Or, there's three different long balls he played up the pitch, which could have led to great chances for United, and they were all set up by Onana. Unfortunately, we didn't take those chances because the control was terrible from our players. But Onana, what a great bit of vision from the guy. Definitely got the distribution, check marker next to that box. And we'll see what else he can provide to us. Nobody's going to be as good at shot stopping as De Gea, but that's not why we've bought Onana. We've bought Onana to transform the way we play, to help us to create chances, to help us be more comfortable at the back, to keep hold of the ball better, to play possession football out from the back. but to basically be a completely different player, a yin to his yang to David De Gea, basically a completely different player, and that's what he is really. So I'm looking forward to seeing the progression of Andre Onana. Needs a lot of time, obviously, just like anybody else. But what a great game. Anyway, right, okay. So let's get on to the rest of the transfer news then, peeps. So Manchester United defence in that game against Dortmund was absolutely crumble-worthy, wasn't it? What a shambolic piece of defending throughout the entire game. When Varane's out injured, we are nowhere near as good defensively. Of course, Lisandro Martinez, the butcher's awesome. He can't do it all on his own, though. Johnny Evans, he's only just coming in, we know what he can do, but he's mid-30s. He's not the answer long-term, but he's a good short-term backup. He's somebody that should replace Slabby Maguire. Slabby Maguire, in my opinion, in that game was just a crap again. He was rubbish, and he's on big money, and there's offers coming in, and he might be able to sell him for 25 mil. If we can get rid, we absolutely should do, and that would lead us to go and need to sort of go and buy another centre-back, really. So, there's some transfer news coming out today about United maybe progressing or at least having interest in a couple of different defenders. So, we'll talk about that in a moment. But before I do, yes, I think there is a big need for United to get rid of Maguire and maybe sign a good, young, hungry, up-and-coming centre-back who can come in and give us more options. Because if Maguire goes and we don't replace at the back there, we do still have quite a lot of options. But what do we have when Varane and Martinez are not playing? What we have is not enough, not good enough really to be able to really be confident and say, yes, they can come in and do a great job for us. So Maguire absolutely needs to go. But if he goes, we kind of need somebody to come in and be a suitable replacement, which is maybe where some of these new links come in, which is, if we have a little look at what's going on here. So, understandably, Man United are interested in a couple of different players. So this is a report from the Mail. So take it with a pinch of salt. Obviously, take it with a pinch of salt. But it does say Manchester United are considering Everton's Jared Braithwaite and Nice's Jean-Claire Todibo as they look for a new centre-back. And, that would be nice if we could bolster our options at the back there. Todibo comes with a good bit of hype surrounding him. He's only 23, physical, quick. Can bring it out from the back, can play nice passes, don't know a great deal about him because I don't watch a lot of French shite football. But from what we have seen and from what we understand, he's a decent talent and probably will be a decent player in the future. He certainly looks the part. From clips and things like that. So I would say, he would be obviously an excellent option. He's an option, isn't he? Somebody that we can look at. 23 is a good age. It's somebody who maybe would be coming in to not just accept that they're going to be a backup, but to try and force their way into the first team, but also won't get too down in the dumps when they're not selected ahead of people like Lisandro Martinez and Raphael Varane. So could be a very good player to come in there and maybe do the job for us. And then we are also having a look at Braithwaite as well. So, there's a few options there, guys, in regards to the centre-backs. Hopefully we see that happen. Hopefully we see a new centre-back coming. Hopefully we see somebody coming in there. Maguire's not it. He's just not it. What really annoys me is it's a friendly against Dortmund yesterday, and our brand new goalkeeper's having to get in the grill of Harry Maguire and tell him to sort his bloody slabby life out because of his poor positioning and poor display. And I thought that all of the goals that we conceded while Harry was on the pitch were subpar. I'm not saying they were all his fault. The first one, I think Lindelof had the biggest hand in the melt of conceding that first goal. The second one, though, Slabby and Lindelof were just completely nowhere. It was almost like we didn't actually have a defensive line. If you watch that second goal back for Dortmund, where actually are our defenders for that goal? Makes no sense. What are they doing? How can they be so disorganised that they are... Neither of them is anywhere near the position they need to be in. Like, there is no defence there. It was literally the most clear ball through the centre of the defence, and there's nobody even around. It was like, I've never seen so much space in the central positions ever, really, when a team's trying to play a simple ball through. So where were they? These guys just go for an absolute Burton whenever they're playing Lindo and Maguire together. They are proven shite. So... yeah, Maguire's got to go, hasn't he? If we could go and sign this replacement, such as a Todibo, I think it would be a good addition. Let me just put this question back to the live chat, though. If you could go and sign a good young centre-back, who would you like to go and bring in to replace maybe a departing Harry Maguire? Let me see what you guys are saying here real quick. Get your thoughts in. Who would you like to see come in to be a centre-back to replace a departing Harry Maguire. Not to necessarily get into the first team, obviously. I think we've got that pretty much those positions on lock at the moment, Martinez and Varane. But once again, Rafael Varane is quite injury prone, so you do need somebody else to come in quite regularly and play regular games of football, because otherwise, you know, you're leaving yourself short potentially if you have to call upon, say, Johnny Evans or Lindelof and people like that. At this point, you don't mind anyone, says Momo Mino. I don't know how anybody could be that worse. Gvardiol, of course. Okay, fair enough. But there's other teams that are interested in bringing him in. City are talking about it, aren't they? One or two other clubs. Obviously, I don't think that's that realistic. But you never know, lad. Plus the money involved there. But you never know, lad. Sergio Ramos for a year. Bloody hell, United 90. Could maybe be our Laurent Blanc. Interesting shout. So I remember when we got Laurent Blanc back in the day for a year. I think it was just for a year, and he was like 36 at the time, so he was getting on a little bit, but he was awesome for us, wasn't he? A real great player. So, you know, I guess you could get something like that, but I'm looking on the other end of the spectrum. I'm looking for United to go and sign young, hungry players these days that are ready to take the next step up, maybe play for Manchester United long-term, not just coming in for a one-season wonder, but actually somebody, you know, we've got Johnny Evans for that. We want somebody now who's going to be a young, hungry player who's going to push on the competition at the back there. Ruben Diaz says... Ruben Diaz, Chorcross says Primot, Silva from Benfica, William Prunier, Holgate did look okay for a young centre-back lad, Calvin Bassey, nice defender says Josh Lee, Teden Mengi, that Benfica centre-back. Interesting, guys. I mean, interesting. I guess there is no... Thank you, Mr. NLWT. Appreciate you, bud. Silva from Benfica or Diamande from Sporting. Great shout there, Danny B. Thank you for your comment, lad. I mean, look, Madhouse says young centre-backs are dodgy, but this is the point I'm making. It's like you want young centre-backs, somebody that has the potential to go on and be a fantastic player in the future, to take over from the likes of Rafael Varane in 3 years' time when he's no longer at the football club. But for now, you want him to be able to learn and develop and essentially, you know, get better, and but also be good enough to come in and play. Kind of like Rafael Varane when he was playing over in La Liga, you know. When Rafael Varane first came through and he was playing like as a 19, 20-year-old with a lot of hype, he still had a couple of real top quality defenders ahead of him, didn't he? When you think about it, people like Sergio Ramos and who else do they have, guys? Pepe. You know, and so he obviously had to break his way in there. And it's not going to happen overnight. So for a little while, he's playing a little bit of a bit part role. That's the sort of guy we need right now. Somebody who's got bags of potential, who in a couple of years' time may be capable of being our number one choice centre back, but right now is going to have to, you know, be part of the squad and be a backup and be ready to come in when there's an injury, for instance. So, yes, I could see that being the case, guys, where we can bring in a good defender. Sorry, Hammer Maguire, I do not want you to be happy, but you do want you to be happy, but think of the lifespans for us fans. There you go. Harry Maguire is bad for our health. Fernando Hierro, yes, indeed, is another one, lad. But anyway, you know, somebody to come in and be a decent option for us would be nice. Well, Lothar Matthäus was a quality player, Mike Hill, lad. Levi Colwell all the way. Bennett from our 2020 youth winning team was captain, I think. Bennett, oh yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I guess you could give a try to some of these youngsters that are already at the club, you know. It's an interesting shout there from you legends. Absolutely, absolutely. So anyway, there's Todibo interest, guys, and there's Braithwaite interest. Here's the latest on Todibo interest as well, that says that United have reignited their interest in centre-back Jean-Claire Todibo. So we'll see if anything can sort of materialise there. A couple of updates coming in here, by the way, guys. Wait a second. Okay, then. Thank you very much, Rushmano, for letting us know this. So a couple of updates coming in live during the show. David Ornstein has reported this evening that there is no agreement reached today in today's meeting between Bayern Munich and Tottenham over proposed transfer of Harry Kane. But talks continue as things stand. Bayern, £25 million short of what it would take for Tottenham to consider the sale. Let's get that up on the screen, because that is pretty raw and filthy, isn't it? That's looking pretty raw and filthy. Actually, hang on. Let me try this method real quick. Let me try this method real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Yes. So obviously, you know, it's obviously a player that Manchester United fans would love to see come in. Nobody would deny Harry Kane coming and joining the club. There might be some people that would think, oh, you know, it's very unrealistic. But if it actually could be pulled off, I'm sure a heck of a lot of people would be super keen on bringing him in, you know. And this is from David Ornstein. Let's get this up on the channel. By the way, Neil Bradding, thank you for subscribing to the channel, mate. I appreciate you. Nice one, Neil Bradding. Let's be having you, my son. Thank you. If you guys are new like Neil Bradding, hit the subscribe button. We're on here daily, every afternoon and every evening around about 10 p.m. with the latest updates in regards to United's transfer dealings and the latest United news in general. So come and get yourself involved by subscribing to the channel and smash that like button. We're trying to get 200 likes on tonight's stream, so hit the thumbs up button. It's free to like and it helps us out. David Ornstein says, no agreement reached in today's meeting between Bayern Munich and Tottenham over the proposed transfer of Harry Kane, but talks continue as things stand. Bayern are £25 million short of what it would take for Tottenham to consider a sale. So, you know, we've heard that Tottenham want 110 or 120 million pounds. Daniel Levy being a very greedy Gonzalez at the moment. And, okay, that's fair enough. They obviously rate him. He's got a year left in his contract. If they can't get a deal done with Bayern or United or any other team, they're going to lose him in a year's time for nothing. Because he's not going to be foolish enough to sign another contract there when he desperately needs to get some legacy. That's the problem there for them. They will lose this guy if they're not careful. So right now, they might be playing the old Billy Big Bollocks card, making it seem like they are strictly only going to accept £120 million. But essentially speaking, sooner rather than later, they're going to have to start negotiating. Sooner or later, they're going to have to realise that they may well lose this guy for nothing soon enough. So Bayern are working on this deal, obviously, at this moment in time. So here's an update as well. So that's what David Ornstein said. There is no agreement in place between Spurs and Bayern, and this is what we heard from Florian Plettenberg earlier on as well. He said that Bayern bosses did not fly to London today expecting to reach a complete agreement about a transfer of Harry Kane. They will return to Munich tonight and negotiations are ongoing. No agreement yet. So just further backing up the point that, David Ornstein made there, that there is no agreement at this moment in time between Bayern and Spurs. And the amount of money involved probably is just putting everybody off, isn't it? It's too much money for this guy with a year left on his deal. Bayern had a couple of offers knocked back earlier on in the transfer window. I think their last offer was approximately 80 million euros. Well, maybe they've gone and had another cheeky little verbal conversation about how much they're prepared to pay, and perhaps it's as high as, 90 million euros, maybe with a few add-ons. But obviously, there must be a discrepancy in the amount of money and a difference in the amount of money that they're proposing to what Spurs want for David Ornstein to say that they are 25 million away from what Spurs are wanting. So 25 million short of what it would take to Tottenham to consider the sale. Man United, we've just signed a big deal with Adidas for the next 10 years, worth literally around about £1 billion or well over $1 billion. 900 million it is, and if we get Champions League football, there's bonuses and things like that. So you're talking about an extra £1 billion to play with over the next 10 years. Just maybe we could justify spending on Harry Kane. We've actually seen some quotes. We talked about it earlier on in this afternoon, and it was definitely making us a little bit moist in regards to the potential of bringing in Harry Kane. Because if we had Rasmus Hojlund and Kane, we'd have the firepower we need to maybe challenge City for the title. And these were the quotes that Erik ten Hag said in regards to Kane when he was asked about Harry Kane. Erik ten Hag said this: "I have huge respect for Harry Kane. He is a great striker, one of the best ever. Maybe he can even be the best striker ever in the Premier League." And those sorts of quotes just make me feel a little bit on the moist side, guys. You know what I'm saying? They make me think, just maybe United have got it in them to try and sign Harry Kane this summer. It's possible. I mean, don't expect us to actually go and do it because Tottenham are scum to deal with and they may well ask for too much money. But let's say that Bayern Munich do agree a deal with them for, say, 95 million or 90 million pounds even. Let's say 100 million euros. They go 100 million euros for him. Well, if Man United are prepared to go and beat that and maybe pay more for the domestic fee, because let's face it, they're going to want more if he stays in the Premier League, and we pay 110 million euros or 115 million euros, let's say 100 million pounds. Well then, guess what? That's more money for Spurs. And surely Spurs just have to look at it from an economical standpoint at some point and say, yes, we don't necessarily want this guy staying in the Premier League, but we're shy anyway. Man United are going to finish higher above us anyway. So there's only realistically a couple of games a season that he can actually properly directly impact us, which is when we play them. So, if I was Spurs, for an extra 10 mil, rather than send him to Bayern, for an extra 10 or 15 million, I would let him go to Manchester United. They might not prefer that, but for extra cash, Why not? And we've just got this Adidas deal announced. Like, it is possible that United could perhaps go and get him, but it's still unrealistic at this moment in time, guys. Oh, nice. We've got news on the medical, guys, as well, that's just come out. Let me get into the live chat very quickly, though, just see what you legends are saying. But we've got a medical for tomorrow, by the looks of it. We've got a new member of the channel, guys. Can we get? Oh, yes, Aidan McKinley. Aidan McKinley has become a member of the channel. Everybody, get your favourite emoji in there, guys, to welcome him. Aidan McKinley, who's gone in there absolutely raw and become a member of the channel. Mate, thank you very much, Aidan McKinley. I really do appreciate that. You're an absolute legend, lad. Everyone, let's get you some love in there for Aidan McKinley. Thank you for supporting the channel and being a member of this channel, mate. Much appreciated, dude. That is really, really nice of you. Get in there, you Don. Welcome aboard. Get your favourite emoji in there to welcome in Aidan McKinley. Top lad, thank you so much. Re-upped his membership there. You're a Don, sir. Right, this is the big news that's just dropped, guys. We were waiting for this. I said this might happen tonight. I said we're expecting a medical maybe tomorrow from Rasmus Hojlund, because, you know, there's loads of great updates that come out this night, at this time of night. And guess what? Mr. David Ornstein, Tier 1 journo himself, has come out and confirmed it, guys. So we did say that we're expecting it could be tomorrow, and this is what he said. He says, Rasmus Hojlund will travel to Manchester on Tuesday to undergo medical ahead of completing proposed transfer from Atalanta to Manchester United. 75 million plus 10 million euro fee agreed between clubs and personal terms are in place on a 5+ 1 year contract. Get in there, my son. Come on. Tomorrow's the day, baby. It's Rasmus Day. Tomorrow, he's coming in for his medical, folks. Yes. Big, big news there, guys. Fantastic news. Monumental news. The medical is scheduled for tomorrow, it seems, and he will be flying to see us tomorrow, guys. Get in there. That is awesome. What a great update that's come out this evening. We were hoping for that update, and it's come. Get in there, my son. So the Hojlund medical, we've got it in the title of this video. So we're expecting the news coming, and there it is, guys. He is coming over tomorrow to have his medical, and that's big news, guys, which means that give it a couple of days and he will be a Manchester United player, which means that he should be featuring in one of those 2 pre-season games we got left, probably the one at Old Trafford, hopefully against Lens. Obviously we are playing in Ireland as well, but he won't be playing in both of them because they're literally the day after the other. So we've got to hope that he plays in one of them, though. So let's see what you guys are saying. Smack a 1 in the chat if you think he will feature in one of those games. Get in there. I'm buzzing about this, guys. Rasmus Hojlund on his way to United medical tomorrow. Happy bloody days. Come on, we so need this guy. We're desperate for a proper goal scorer, for a proper forward. Look at how guff we've been over the last 3 games. No focal point at the top of the pitch whatsoever. Absolutely guff. Lots of 1s coming in the live chat. Come on. Oh, yes. And we need to sort that medical out. Absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. Playing pre-season, well, United 90, he'll play 1 game for us before the season starts, basically. It's Rasmus Eve. Oh, I love that, Berber. Rasmus Eve. Yes, indeed, the Vikings are coming. It's Rasmus Eve right now. That's a good one, lad. That is a good one. So, yeah, really looking forward to seeing him fly in. We'll cover the medical tomorrow on the channel as well and let you know the outcome of it. Sure, it'll be absolutely fine. Need him as a focal point in that attack. If we could have added Harry Kane to that as well, it would be quite stupendous. But, you know, that's just really, really hoping for a little bit too much maybe during this window. But with the Adidas money, if we can sell a few of our gash bag players that are currently here, you just never know what Man United might be capable of doing in this window. Ten Hag's quoted as saying we need to invest heavily in the way that we're playing. And he says that it's quite obvious what other clubs are doing, spending lots of money, and Man United needs to do the same, really. So, yeah, really looking forward to seeing him come and arrive in Manchester and us get that deal wrapped up. Plus, once Rasmus Hojlund's wrapped up, then we can turn our attentions to bringing in Sofyan Amrabat, which is obviously going to be another good player for us as well. So, let me ask the chat then, what shirt number do you think Rasmus Hojlund will be given at the football club? He's not going to be given the 9, I don't think. I'm not asking you what one you think he should get, because I said this the other day. I think he should get the number 9. But he won't get the number 9 because Anthony Martial is still here, obviously, at this moment. And it's very unlikely that Ten Hag will kick Anthony Martial in the bollocks like that by stripping him of the number 9 and giving it to somebody else, even though he probably should. And at the moment, Matthew Smith, Mason Greenwood still got the number 11. If Mason Greenwood is being terminated, if they decide not to keep Mason Greenwood, then okay, he would probably get the number 11. But right now, the number 11 is Greenwood's, isn't it? 9 says United. 17 says Professor Droval. 19 Varane will be 4 says Danny. 23 says NJ. Interesting. Hojlund will get the 9. You really think so? I don't know. He should get the 9, Edward, but I just don't know if Ten Hag's got that. I don't think he's going to do that to Tony Martial, personally. 17 says APU. Pablo says 17. 9 says Jojo. 23 says Stephen Shipman. Well, I hope you're right, Edward Reed. That would be beautiful, wouldn't it? If we could sell Martial to Saudi Arabia or wherever. It would be amazing. Kate Cadet says, I've not been this excited since Kat Slater returned to EastEnders. She's not just a little bit of a slag. She became a total slag. Absolutely, Kate Cadet, lad. Fair play. I totally understand it. Dennis Barnaby says the number 18. OG's going 20. Massey says 7. Yeah, there you go. 900 million over 10 years. Adidas deal with Manchester United brings the cash in. With that sort of money at our disposal, it increases the amount that we can spend every single season. Plus, United generates huge cash, over £100 million every year, just from TV right deals, the TV rights. And then we've got goodness knows how many millions coming in from ticket sales and commercial sponsors and different avenues. Like, this club generates hundreds of millions a year, as it is. And with this Adidas deal on top, crikey, we should be able to certainly spend heck of a lot of money on players right now and over the next coming years. So I don't think it is beyond the realms of possibility to see United go and spend 300 million in this window. Why not? We spent like 220 million last summer. We could spend 300 million this summer. Let's say we go and get Amrabat and Kane, just for argument's sake, and that costs us a total, with all the other players we've got, 300 million. 300 million. Now that's insane, isn't it? But factor in the players we get rid of. If we can get rid of Maguire, if we can get rid of McTominay, if we can get rid of Fred, if we can get rid of Tony Martial, if we can get rid of Henderson. If you factor all those players in, we might just be able to recoup 100 back, which means that our net spend is closer to 200 million, which should be what we're doing anyway. That's what Arsenal are spending. It's what some of these clubs around us are spending. It's very hopeful, but who's to say we couldn't do that? It's possible. And if the Qataris are coming in, Rushmano, there you go. I mean, things are boding reasonably well on that front, because it is possible that, all these things are happening because the Qataris are coming in. Who knows? Zayn Miassi, thank you for the super chat, bro. Come on, get in there. Zayn Miassi in here. Raw, filthy Arsenal individual here. What's going on there, Zayn Miassi? Like, good to see you, bro. He says, our first trophy is coming Sunday. When is yours coming? We are getting another world-class goalkeeper. Mate, you're getting a world-class goalkeeper to replace the one that you said was world-class, who's actually shit, bud. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. You've always been... I've told you Ramsdale's a little bit on the guff side of things, mate. I've done told you that. Arteta's realised. Arteta's realised he's not that good, lad. And so you're looking at Raya and various goalies and stuff. I don't blame him, to be fair, because Ramsdale's gash, lad. He's really overhyped and overrated. Zayn Miassi says our first trophy is coming Sunday. What are you on, Zayn Miassi, lad? What are you on, bro? We'll see about that. To be honest, Zayn, I don't really care. Nobody cares. Nobody really cares. Man United are actually challenging for legit trophies. We were in the FA Cup final just a couple of months ago. We won the League Cup. We're in the Champions League just like you this season. And let's face it, who's going to get further in the Champions League? Is it going to be those Arsenal gashbags or United? I mean, history would say it's going to be us. So we'll see. But Zayn Miassi, I'm not bothered, mate. Really not bothered about that. Nobody cares about Arsenal anywhere around here, lad. Certainly we don't care about you winning some Mickey Mouse trophy, lad. You know what I'm saying? Oh, damn it. I still haven't got the facepalm emoji just for Zayn. We're actually going to get a Zayn Miassi emoji soon. It's going to be Captain Picard facepalming. I need to get that on there. Hey, thank you there, Marsui. He says, why not try Lukaku again if we can't get Kane / Osman? Oh, we need that Zayn Miassi facepalm emoji for this one. What are you on about there, my son, Marsu? I'll tell you why not. Because Romelu Lukaku is the definition of an absolute Belgian donkey, lad. What is he all about? He's rubbish. He's got the touch of an amputee. He's fucking awful, bud. Honestly, goodness me. The touch of paralysis. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck, bro? Crikey. He plays football like somebody who's been sitting down on the ground too long, cross-legged, and they're dead, their legs gone dead, and they have to stand up, and then they're flopping around. That's what he plays football like, my friend. We don't want Lukaku. We already bought that guy for 75 mil. We were lucky enough to get most of our money back on that twat. He's rubbish, mate. Did you not? He's absolutely rubbish. I don't want Romelu Lukaku anywhere near Manchester United. Plus, he's not a Ten Hag style player, is he? Not at all. I don't think so anyway. He's cumbersome. He's rubbish. He's not all that. He's already been at United and failed. I hope you're joking there, Mastu. I really hope you're joking, bud. So, yeah. He's a large individual, and he's largely gash. There you go. I'm not a fan. Even Emil Heskey's better than Lukaku, and he's shite. There you go. Are you having a laugh? Is he having a laugh? Lukaku and Maguire at the back, says Massey. Exactly. Is he having a laugh? Lukaku's not all that good, is he? He's really not that good. But he's all right. He's got his uses. He's a big man, but Jamster says, yes, please take Lukaku pick and I'll drive him myself. Please take him. Yeah, exactly. We don't want him. I wouldn't have him anyway. I wouldn't touch him with yours. You'd rather re-sign Weghorst than re-sign Lukaku. Certainly. I think he was just joking around with Lukaku there. Is he having a laugh? Yeah. Anyway, so that's how it goes, peeps. He's not the best. He's not got the best control. Really quite poor. And just not the sort of player that we want to see come to Manchester United at this stage. Rasmus Hojlund's already coming. He's got his medical booked tomorrow. Happy days. There is the news from Davy Ornstein over there that says that Rasmus Hojlund's medical is booked for tomorrow. So we've got our forward player who's fast as fuck and who's a super hot, exciting prospect and actually has a bit of build-up play about him as well. And if we're super lucky, then maybe we could go and get Kane. Okay, so I'm just going to have a quick look at some of the things that may have come in on tonight's show. Thank you for the update here. Rushmilo says United's very much Sofyan Amrabat's preferred destination. Absolutely. So from what we've heard, he really does want to come and join Manchester United. So that's obviously a nice bit of an update there as well. The sale process at this moment, guys, is slow, isn't it? Just a little bit about it earlier on. Some quotes and stuff coming out. And there is an understanding here that United's sale process is ongoing. And any announcement will come via the stock exchange. So we'll have to sort of wait and see how that goes ahead. Hopefully it'll be soon. But the way things are panning out, it might not be anytime soon. We just got to sort of wait and see what goes on. It's very frustrating at this moment in time with the potential sale. But we'll keep you up to date as and when big information comes out in regards to a potential new owner being chosen and coming in and the Glazer shithouses wanting to sell. But it does make you question the situation when they're signing players and they're just getting new deals in with Adidas for 900 million and this sort of stuff. It is a little bit concerning. Also, Fabrizio Romano quotes guys on Fred. He says, Fred, keep an eye on Saudi clubs. I'm told that from Saudi something could happen, so this could be a possibility. Maybe that's where United would generate the most cash, is from Saudi Arabia for a lot of these players. Certainly for some of the players that are on reasonable money. Perhaps we could be looking to get some Saudi clubs interested in the likes of Eric Bailly, the likes of Fred. You know, these players are probably wanted by Saudi teams, so we'll hopefully look for that. Hey, Stephanie Griffith, thank you for getting in here with your likes tally. She says we got 175 likes on this evening stream. Thank you, everyone, for dropping that like button. We're nearly at 200 likes, guys. That means give us a like spike. Every little like helps us to boost up on the YouTube algorithm, which is a cruel mistress. So hit that thumbs up if you haven't done. It's free to do so, and it takes all but a second. So twat that like. Also, hit the subscribe button if you're new, guys. Get involved. We're on here daily and nightly with the United News. Cheers, dudes. Absolutely beautiful. Hey, we've got a super chat here from Chloe Jenkins. Chloe Jenkins, thanks so much for getting in here with your £5 super chat, you legendess. She says Fulham gathered all their training balls from Chelsea when Timber Boots was on shooting practice. Get in there. Fulham gathered all their training balls from Chelsea when Timber Boots was on shooting practice. Right, okay. Nice one. Thank you, Chloe Jenkins. I appreciate that. Guys, can we get some love in there for Chloe? Thanks so much for the £5 super chat there. Get in there. And Marsu says, why is everyone acting like Kane won't flop? Hee. Because he's unlikely to flop. Because you can't really get more proven than Harry Kane over the last 5, 6, 7 seasons in the Premier League. He is a goal-scoring phenom. He's England's all-time goal scorer, Spurs' all-time goal scorer. If he stays in the Premier League, he'd probably be the Premier League's all-time goal scorer as well by the time he's done. He's a proven goal scorer. Literally one of the best strikers in the world. So that's the reason why. But thank you for your super chat there, Master. I appreciate that. Billy Butcher says, to be honest, I hope Greenwood is back. Football is football. Football is life. Yeah, okay, Billy Butcher, fair enough. Well, we've got news on that as well. Obviously, earlier on, it was announced that Manchester United should be reaching a verdict on our own internal investigation as to whether or not to keep or get rid of Mason Greenwood by the start of the new season. So within 2 weeks, we'll probably know what's going on with Mason Greenwood. I'm not going to get into that tonight. I talked about it this afternoon. He is a great player. He would add us extra football abilities on the pitch. But he's a very naughty boy, you know? And so it's obviously not great to maybe think about what it would affect other than the football. That's the problem. Fabrizio also has said that Fred to Galatasaray within the last few hours has become a little bit complicated as other clubs are entering the race. So, you know, there's just another piece that's come out about Fred there. Nice one. Okay, right, guys, I'm going to get into the rundown of what we've discussed on this video. Then I'll be getting into the live chat for a bit of a Q&A with you legends. Do us a favour, go over and retweet this, the tweet that's pinned to the top of the live chat. You can search my Twitter up also at Flying Pig United. Give us a share around on Twitter. You can retweet my link at the top of the chat, and I will shout everyone out who does that in a few minutes' time. And smash a like, smash a subscribe, get yourself in the chat for the Q&A. Okay, so just the latest reports on Sofyan Amrabat. Let's cover it. He is expected to be wanted very soon by Manchester United once the Rasmus Hojlund deal is wrapped up. And maybe once we solve Fred, we'll be ready to turn our attention to Sofyan Amrabat. Lots of different outlets saying £25 million plus bonuses is what it would take to get an accepted offer from Fiorentina in order to bring this guy in. So not a huge amount of money. United expected to go in for him towards the latter part of this week after Hojlund's been announced and maybe we've sold a player. So that's looking good. Sofyan Amrabat's hopeful, of course, about United and Fiorentina being able to reach an agreement because he wants to join Man United. He's desperate to play for us and he really is known to be wanting us. Fabrizio Romano, speaking earlier on, said that it's known that Sofyan Amrabat's priority is Manchester United. He would love to join the club, which is obviously great for us because that's who we want. Get a great midfielder in, technical midfielder. That would be awesome. United's business is not done either. It's known that United's business is not over and done with yet this season. So still waiting to do more business. This is from Sky Sports News. They say United's main business is done once Hojlund is finalised. Amrabat deal likely to depend on departures. And will Sofyan Amrabat join Manchester United this summer? I think he will. And it obviously does maybe depend on us getting rid of one or two players. But at the moment, there are different players wanted by different teams. Donny van der Beek's wanted by Real Sociedad. Maguire's wanted by West Ham, as is Scott McTominay. And, of course, Fred wanted by Fulham, Galatasaray and Saudi clubs. So we can certainly get rid of a couple of players and justify spending that extra cash on Sofyan Amrabat. It's looking very likely at the moment that we will go in for Sofyan Amrabat and he will be coming to United. Is looking likely, guys. So that's good stuff. In regards to Hojlund, so the Hojlund situation, he's not training at the moment, obviously, ahead of his medical. So he's not trained today for Atalanta. He's waiting for the flights and everything to come over and have that have that medical at Manchester United. The paperwork's taken a little bit of time, but finally now we do have a report from David Ornstein this evening that says that the medical will be tomorrow. So Tuesday, get in there, my son. We do have the news that the medical is pending, which will be tomorrow, guys, and he will fly in tomorrow. So this is from David Ornstein just a little while ago, says that Rasmus Hojlund will travel to Manchester on Tuesday to undergo the medical ahead of completing a proposed transfer from Atalanta to Manchester United, which is a 75 million euros plus 10 million euros fee agreed between the clubs and personal terms obviously in place on a 5+1 year contract. So tomorrow's the medical, guys. That's fantastic news. Finally, there's a little bit on Harry Kane. Obviously, Kane, Ten Hag was speaking about him very positively, saying that he believes that Harry Kane is a great striker, one of the best ever, and maybe he could even be the best striker ever in the Premier League. So maybe just hinting at the fact that he'd quite like to bring him into the side. Bayern Munich have sent representatives today, and they've had talks with Daniel Levy and Spurs, but it's known that they've gone back to Germany without reaching any sort of an agreement in regards to Harry Kane. Apparently they will return to Munich tonight and negotiations are ongoing and there's no agreement just as of yet. So the Kane transfer is still alive for Man United, hanging by a thread, still unlikely, but you never know. And then beyond that, we're also looking at Todibo, Jean-Claire Todibo as maybe a centre-back option for us. If we can get rid of Slabby Maguire, we might well go in for Jean-Claude Todibo. And we've also got a report that says that we are also interested in Everton's Jared Braithwaite as well. So that's basically the latest transfer news, folks. There it is right there. Now it's time to get into the live chat for a Q&A. But before I do, I'm going to pop over to Twitter. Go over to Twitter. Give us a retweet, folks. And I'll shout everyone out who does that. Let's go and do it. 16 retweets. Get in there, you 16 legends. Oh, yes. 16 legends. Thanks so much, every one of you, for helping us spread the word of the show here. Aaron Homeyard, Stephen Braun, Wizzy KE, Paul, Richard Wisterpeck, Boomy, Dave Jason, get in there, my son. I'm going to follow you back, mate. Is that DJ Disco Dave? Get in there. Sin Games, Transfers _UTD, Andy Davidge, John Boy Cat, Lee Hope, The Butcher of Manchester. And I follow you back as well. You're always retweeting my streams, man. Thank you, bro. Kieran, Cal L as well. Cal L, he's always retweeting my stream too. Going to give him a follow back. Thank you very much for doing that. I just followed you guys. And thank you, Reese Johnston, as well, for giving us a retweet there as well. I'm going to give you a follow back and all. There you go. So 17 retweets in the end. Thank you, everyone, for helping us spread the word of the show there. Bunch of legends. Go on. And we're 1 like off of 200 likes, guys. Who's going to be number 200? Smash the like button. Time to get in for a Q&A. Let's be having you. Right then. So, Kate says, if I was Kane, I would see out my contract and move on a free next summer. He would stand to make the most money there and he'd have the most options in front of him there. That's a great point, really, Kate Cadet. I don't know if he's prepared to do that, though. Maybe Tottenham would still play him because he seems reasonably professional. He'd probably just get his head down and still play and still be awesome for them, even with his contract running down. But surely Tottenham wouldn't want to lose out on a potential 90 or 100 million pounds that they can get for him. So I'm sure they would rather him go in this summer. But yeah, fair enough. I mean, if I was him, I'd probably think about doing the same as well. He's still going to be wanted by all of these clubs next summer, isn't he? Yeah, same, says Alan Partridge. Gregory says, I don't often score goals that aren't with my head. Slabby Maguire, you don't often score goals that aren't on goals either. Fred Beard, hopefully Fred Beard at least 14 to 20 million. Yeah, 14, 15, 16 million. Surely we get that for Fred. 200 likes, we did it. You joined Saudi on a 6-month deal, says Alan. We need Pickford's the van, not the goalie, to remove the unwanted players. Oh my goodness. Chloe Jenkins, thank you for being a member for 10 whole months. Guys, 10 months for Chloe Jenkins, everybody. Always getting in with her thoughts and opinions. Great legend of the community. Thank you so much. Says, bring on the apple sauce. Oh yes. Chloe Jenkins, thanks so much indeed. What does that even mean? Sorry, I'm a little bit I'm a little bit lost there. What does that even mean? Thank you very much, Chloe Jenkins. Get in there, Chloe. I appreciate that. Oh, yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Chloe, for being a member for 10 months. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. Absolute legend. Thank you so much. Yes, Nathan Theory from Zambia, bro. Get in there. Shout out to Zambia. Represent Nathan Theory. Thanks for getting in the chat, bro. You take Bottom and Watkins after Amrabat, says Edward Reed. I mean, they're not going to sell Bottom, though, are they? Sofyan Amrabat deal, says Mike Hill. Everyone needs to understand that United needs to sell players before buying Amrabat. Relax and be patient because deal is verbally agreed with Fiorentina. Okay, fair enough there, Mike Hill. Thanks for getting that info in there. I do the news around here, mate, yeah? And no, fair enough. That's reasonable. That's around about right, lad. I'm with you. Certainly, we've got to probably sell 1 or 2 players to finance that deal. With Kane, we may have to change up the tactics. True, Jake, but what's nice about having Kane, different sort of player to Hojlund, with both of them, wow, we really would have all the bases covered, wouldn't we? Stacey says, what is your profession, Mr. Piggy? Sorry for all the questions. My profession is full-time. Chloe looks like a pork chop pig. How? Oh, sorry, likes a pork chop. Shit, I said looks like. I'm so sorry. I literally read that completely wrong. Fucking hell, I was just about to lay the smackdown on you there, Chris Park. I thought you were being rude, but it wasn't. It was me that said that, mate. Shit. Sorry, Chloe. I literally didn't mean to say that. I totally read that wrong. How did I do that? Fucking hell, that's bad. Sorry, Chloe. You definitely don't look like a pork chop. I apologise. Full-time badass, says Chris Parker. That was bad for me there. Chloe Jenkins, I'm so sorry. Let's get some love hearts in there for Chloe Jenkins. You don't resemble a pork chop at all. Oh my God. How did that come out there? Gregory Burt, get in there. Thank you, Stephen. Yes, indeed. Oh, goodness me. Dominic Smith's in here from Zambia as well. Big up to all the new signers. We got a few legends in Zambia in the house tonight, mate. Shout out to Zambia. Dude, great to have some people from Zambia in here. That's fucking awesome. Dominic, thank you for getting in here all the time with your thoughts, lad. Big up to all the new signings. Yes, dude. Yes, dude. Hopefully some really good good players still to come. Piggy in the mud. I mean, I am a YouTuber. Just about. I am a full-time YouTuber, believe it or not. Just about. Thank you. Yes, there's some great people around here, Rajat. Only reason I am a full-time YouTuber is because of the community legends here. Look at all these people in green. They are all members of the channel. You can become a member for as little as £1.99 a month. It gets you access to emojis, badges, and your name in green and a highlighted member comment once a month also. So if you want to support the channel and help me do this, then you can by becoming a member of the channel. You're hungry now, says Chris Parker. And Chloe is a vegetarian, which is even worse, says Rashmano. Oh, goodness. The Donna Dons. Thank you, Stephanie. Ah, he's joking, yes. Alex Crook on TalkSport this morning. Oh, in that case, maybe we could just discount it, bro. If it was on Talkshite, maybe you shouldn't be coming in here as a source, lad. I'm saying. Eamon says, great channel. Evening, Piggy. I'm not too bad, Les Comerford. Not too shabby, bro. How are you doing? Oh, goodness. Thank you, Dominic Smith. Appreciate you. Full-time YouTuber L Gamer, says the cake there. How dare you? Oh, what about Sancho on the right, Garnacho on the left, and Hojlund down the middle? Sounds tasty, Ravens, but what about Marky Rashford? We can't write him off for one bad half against Dortmund. He was great for us last season. Oh, I'll tell you what I did have a couple of weeks ago, you know. Anybody tried one of those double chocolate pies on the summer menu from McDonald's? I know I'm on a diet, but I did have half of one of those. I tell you what, it was absolutely majestic. Who's had one of those McDonald's double chocolate pies? Oh, bloody lovely it was. Oh. It's like one of those fried pies with like a bit of hot chocolate pudding in the middle. Oof. Oh, Kane signing would be icing on the cake. Oh, definitely, mate. He'd be the whole cake if we're being honest, wouldn't he? What a signing. Thank you, Dominic Brown. Yeah, soon enough, Ryan. We'll get back into doing some gaming stuff. Chloe is awesome. Absolutely Arcadian. You found it too chocolatey. What? How could you find it too chocolatey? There's no such thing as too chocolatey, mate. There's no such thing as too chocolatey. You know what I'm saying? Ray Carl Brown Armory says they're nice. They are nice, aren't they? Yeah. Men are so stupid, says Stacey. Steady on now, Stacey. Speak for yourself. Sounds good. Pet Green on the left, though, says United 90. Okay, we'll see about that. That'll be announced reasonably soon enough. You tried one, and they are messy as fuck, though. Not really, mate. Just put it in your mouth in one go, and then you don't spill any, mate. You know what I'm saying? They're only small. Oh, it's tough, Mike Kill. It is tough. It's very tough. It's like a deep-fried battered Mars bar, babes of Busby. Aye, deep-fried battered iron brew as well. That's right. Anyway, guys, I didn't see that Bristolian Mac, I must say. Anyway, guys, right, okay. It's getting on for 11:30. We're basically going to have to wrap this stream up. I'm going to read a couple more comments out. You think Maguire should play against Wolves? What's the matter with you must play? Hell no. Okay, so at this moment in time, this is the starting 11 that I would play against Wolves. At this moment in time, things can change. Things could change. But first game of the season, I would play Onana in goal. I would play Luke Shaw left back, Rafael Varane and Martinez as the centre backs, Wan-Bissaka as the right back. Then in the midfield, it's got to be Casemiro. I'd probably do something a bit mental, like play Bruno Fernandes next to him with Mount in front. That's right. Maybe try that out. And then the front three would consist of, it's got to be Rashford still. It's got to be Rasmus Hojlund. And I guess it's going to be Anthony as well. So that would probably be the starting 11 that I would pick against Wolves on the opening day of the season, obviously. But still very, very, what's the word? Very, very dependent on who else we bring in before then. By the way, yes, look at that. Flying Pig United Extra in the live chat. Guys, so we got a new Clips channel on the go. I want all of you to please go over there and give it a subscribe because there's going to be lots of random clips and shorts and all sorts of stuff coming. It's called Flying Pig United Extra. And I'm just going to put the link in the live chat here, guys. Please go over and give us a subscribe at the end of this show. There's going to be lots and lots of content coming over there. Jamsa Highlights is helping me out over there, guys. And yeah, it's like an extra channel for clips and different topics and videos and stuff. So even like streams like this, sometimes we talk about a lot of stuff and then they can just be like concise little clips about certain topics over there, or like funny bits and bobs or whatever. So go and subscribe right here, guys, to this channel. Subscribe here And there it is, guys. There it is. I'll pin it to the top of the live chat. Please do give us a subscribe on the extra channel there. We're just going to put some clips and cool stuff over there, guys. So make sure you click that link that's at the top of the chat and go and give us a subscribe. Is it working? Does that link work? Yeah. Thank you, Rushmano. He says, done. Great stuff, lad. Get in there. Chris Barker, the link should be at the top of your chat now, bro. So go over there, hit the subscribe, and that'll be awesome. I only check it out if you say Maguire is the Don, says Must Play. Maguire is the Don of being a complete square-headed slab. He literally is. Everybody's the Don at something, and that's what he's the Don at. So yeah, he actually is a Don. Thank you, Massey, for subscribing, and Steve Nichols as well. That's fucking awesome, guys. Get in there, you legends. Come on. Put the icon melt picture up. I haven't actually got it on the computer anymore, unfortunately, lad. But, you know, good shout, though. Legends, absolute legends. Right, guys, I'm going to have to basically wrap this one up. Thank you, Simon Almeida, for subscribing to it, and thank you, Arcadian. Go and subscribe to the Clips channel. Dan Tay, you legend as well. Thank you, he says subbed. Oh, yes. That's beautiful. Go and subscribe to Flying Pig Clips. That'd be amazing. So it's a new Clips channel. I did put stuff on there a couple of years ago, but I just stopped doing it. But the legend that is Jamza Highlights is actually going to help us out now to put some clips on and just, you know, shorts and cool stuff. We've already got up like 25 subscribers just from me saying that then. You're a bunch of heroes, man. Keep going over there and subscribing. Thank you, The Hoop Man and Luke Look MUFC for subscribing as well. I'll put it in the chat there once again, guys. Go over there and subscribe. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been a great stream. Hopefully we can go for Harry Kane. Hopefully Bayern can't get a deal done with Spurs. Let's be having you. Yard me, mateys. There you go, Boomy. I get you to walk the plank. Thank you, Boomy. Ben Worsley and everybody else as well. Thank you, Arcadian, Andrew Cos. Great to see you, Andrew Cos. Rush Marno, Duke of Rodtown, Mike Jones, Eamon Barrett, Mike Hill. Yes, guys, go and subscribe to Flying Pig United Extra. Flying Pig United Extra, and the link is at the top of the chat. I'm going to wrap this video up, peeps. See you later on. The first video is a Greenwood goal. Ah, no. That's not good, is it? Well, it's been a long time since I've put anything on there, you know? I haven't even checked the channel for a long time. Okay? That's not good. That's not good. Oh, you was among the first 150 subscribers. Oh yes, subscribe to both channels, guys. Make sure you smash the like on this video over here before you go, and go over to the Flying Pig Extra channel at the top of the chat and subscribe to that channel. That'd be amazing. Sing Games says I'll sub later on the phone at the moment. No worries, Sing Games. Get in there, you beauty. Please do give us a subscribe later on. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. The Hoop Man, Must Play, Alan Partridge. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you, the Vutinator, Simon Almeida, Boomy, Vinny Bullock. Yes, indeed. Thanks for retweeting the show, Vincent Bullock, and everybody else who retweeted it, lad. We shouted everyone out who did, so thank you as well. Stephanie Griffith, get in there. Nice, mate. That's awesome. We got 211 likes, and you just subscribed to the Extra channel as well. Thank you, guys and gals. That's awesome. So, yeah, go over there. Click the bell icon if you want. That way you'll get a little notification when a video is posted on the Extras channel. Nice one. All right then, guys. Thanks for tuning in, peeps. Really do appreciate you all. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Rushmano. Cheers, Alan. Thank you, Les. Chris Barker, Arsenmanic, Stacey, good night from Sweden, Stephen, the Cake Cadet, all the moderators, all the members, thank you so much for tuning in and getting involved, and I appreciate you all, and everybody in the live chat as well, you know. Go and subscribe to Flying Pig United Extra. Once again, there's the link. Subscribe on this channel. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at Flying Pig United. Check out the website, flyingpigunited.com as well. You too, Cake Cadet. Thanks so much to everybody for getting in here. Absolute legends. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll have all the latest United news. We'll give you the updates on Rasmus Hojlund's medical and how that's progressing, and also the Amrabat latest. So keep your eyes peeled for the latest updates. Click the bell icon over here for notifications. And have yourselves a bloody good one, peeps. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.